I'm in my classroom. So this is my classroom just as I'm walking in. Lights are off, I didn't turn them on yet, but you can see that they've already moved some things around. These bookcases used to be by the window. There's things stapled up there already from like summer school, and things are just different over here, and I don't remember what it was like, so I have to check out my other videos to see what it was like so I can put it all back. But I'm kind of bummed that they unplugged everything, because it is such a struggle trying to get things plugged in again the way they were and have them still working. You can see they just threw them all up there, especially the Elmo and the audio, even my phone, because some of the phone, I don't know what you call them, phone jacks or whatever, like these little things where you plug the phone in, a lot of those don't work. A lot of my outlets in my room don't work. So it's hard when they unplug things, and yeah, I'll just have to figure all that out. But all these seem to be intact up there. Everything still seems pretty good. My colored paper on all of the bulletin boards are still up, and none of them are ripped, which is really good to know. I just have to check them closer for like tagging and stuff. But these are gonna be so hard to move back. They're so heavy. And yeah, I guess they were using these over the summer, which is kind of rude because these were for my students. They were not for their students. But oh well. I have we adopted like our own curriculum last year, and we were supposed to use it last year, and I used it, and I don't know. So I'm gonna actually figure out my own curriculum that I'm working with. I found online. It's actually so I've been thinking that I kind of want to teach art. It sounds so fun, and I love art. So I've been looking for like CSET study guides to help me learn art history and stuff, because I have no idea about any of that. And I came across this website where you can study for the CSETs for like any subject, but they didn't have art. So I was like, well, you know what, I'll just take the English practice test and see how I do, because I didn't take the CSETs for English. I took classes instead. So I wanted to see how I would do on it, because a lot of people said, you know, the CSETs were really hard for English. So it would, from what I hear, my college professor said that they would give you like a quote from a book, and you have to not just know the book, you have to know who wrote that book, and like that's so hard. So I wanted to try and see how I would do on the CSET. So I took it and I did really good, and I was like, wow, I could have just taken the CSET and not have to take the classes. But anyways, bird walking. Let's go on. I found this website, and that's it's basically for CSETs, like to study for the CSET, but there's this other component to it, to where teachers can use it for like teaching curriculum, and it gives you this whole curriculum. It just gives you this whole curriculum, which comes with lesson plans and worksheets and videos and lessons and everything that you would need, so that if the student were to take a CSET, the student would pass. And that's kind of like, yeah, you need your standards, obviously. Not only are they learning the standards, but they're learning enough English-wise to pass a CSET. And if a student in high school can pass an English CSET, that's like beyond, like that's so good. So I'm going to be using that for my curriculum. But all these books, like I want to keep them around just in case we might use them, but they just moved everything. And I had these over by the windows over there, and I put them there for a reason, because kids like to, like if they go up to sharpen their pencil, or if they come back from the bathroom or whatever, they'll go over to the window and look out the window before they actually take their seat. So it was really frustrating to me. So I would just block off those windows. So I'm gonna have to move these bookcases back and it's going to be so hard because they're already filled with books, so I have to take the books out of them, and then I have to push them back. And as you saw when we walked in, the floors are nicely waxed. Like, look at that reflection. It looks like water. So I'm gonna have to do that first, and I'm gonna have to tackle that closet. I put a sign on there that says please keep out, because it has all of my stuff in there locked up, and it also has the stuff from 2 of my math teachers here. So I locked it, and someone went in there, I can tell, because things are kind of moved around. But anyways, yeah, this is what my classroom looks like. I know the lights are off, so it is a little dark in here, but things look okay from what I'm seeing. It doesn't look too bad. I just have to change like the arrangements of this front part, and I'm thinking of doing something different with the desks. I just don't know yet, so we'll have to see how that works. They moved that table, so I'll have to put that table back and just kind of see how it works. But I just want to like make sure I check everything, because there was already a teacher who just walked into his room, and all the teachers here have laptops except for one teacher who switched his laptop out for a desktop computer. So he had a desktop computer in his classroom, and since I would say almost all the classrooms were used for summer school, other teachers were here and students. And I don't know about you, but a lot of teachers here, including myself, get kind of like we feel like our space is being like, I don't know how to describe it. Like if someone else is using our classroom, we just don't trust the kids as much, because we trust our own classroom management, but we can't always trust someone else's classroom management. So anyways, this guy, when teachers went into his room, and his computer is all tagged up and literally etched into with like graffiti and stuff. So he was pretty annoyed, but I just need to check everything in here, make sure it's all okay, make sure all my laptops are here, and just get things organized. Today's Thursday, so we don't actually have time to fix up our classroom until tomorrow, which is Friday, and then kids will come on Monday, and we can't come during the weekend because there's no one here to open the gates for us. No one's here to open the door. We have an indoor school, so we just don't have that luxury of being able to come whenever we want. So all I'm gonna have is tomorrow, which is Friday, and then on Monday it'll just be like during my prep and during lunch, I'm just gonna be like in here getting stuff done. But yeah, I mean, I'll give you another overview of my classroom. So I have 2 doors in this classroom, and these are the ones that you push open, and this is where I would put my Mr. Bean. So it's like a poster, like stand-up guy. I'll put him there, and then that little sign here, which they didn't take off, it looks like the sun has like really attacked it, says please use the other door. So it looks like Mr. Bean is saying that, and then when kids or teachers from outside look up, they can see Mr. Bean there. It scares them. It's so funny. But yeah, so I have 2 doors, and I block off this door because I don't like kids going in one door and out the other door, and I don't like kids coming in both doors and out both doors. So I block this one off, and it is not a fire hazard because you can still access the door. So it is not blocked right here. So this is mostly just like my area, and I don't let kids come over here unless I have like a TA. I'll put a chair here, and this will be like the TA's desk, and usually I'll have like those little black bookshelves over here. But this door is always locked from the outside, so no one can come in on this side. I just don't like, I don't know, I feel very ambushed when I have 2 doors and people are just coming in from both sides. So this one's always locked from the outside. The other door is where I have kids come in and leave. So kids don't leave through the other door, they leave through this door. But yeah, those are my doors. So I have all these chairs kind of stacked up. I have to like get those situated too. But this is my classroom, and the borders are not here. They look like that. You can't really see. It's on the other side. It's rainbow. So I'll pull those out and I'll put those up very soon. That'll be probably the first thing I do. But over here on this first board, I have the login stuff for Study Sync, which is our curriculum that we adopted. But again, I'm not probably going to use that very much because I am going to buy the other one myself. So I have this rainbow theme going on, which in case you haven't seen from my other videos, my whole room is like rainbow, and I love it, love it, love it. So I put these up last year at the beginning of the year, and I figured I would just leave them up over summer because it is just paper, you know, so if it gets tagged, I'll replace it. And this is actually from my ASB class. All of this paint splatter, also from my ASB class. So I might replace the purple here and the red if I have any more. But yeah, so this whole table is my station for ASB. So we have like our paints and like art supplies and stuff over here. And then we have my cabinet over here. We have our file cabinet here, which I don't really use, but I'm probably gonna start using a little more. Most of my file stuff is, there's like a drawer in there that I'll put all my file stuff in. For some reason, we have extra desks over here and my table in the middle. So I'm gonna have to like organize this, but this is what I love about my room is I have so much space in here. I easily have the biggest classroom on campus because I do teach the leadership ASB class. We need a lot of room, and especially for my drama and theater class, we need a lot of room. So I just love that about my classroom is that I have so much room over here for activities. So I just love that. And then if I wanted to, I could change the desks too, which I probably will. I just don't know how I want to arrange them yet. But the desks right now are in 3 rows. I had 2 rows before, so I guess summer school had more students. But I'm probably gonna change those desks. But there's so much room to put them, which is so cool. The only concern is that if I put a student's desk like back here, it would be hard for them to see what's on the board up there. So I'll just have to see how that works. I am the teacher who quite literally changes desk arrangements like 5-6 times a year. And I don't know, I like something at the beginning and I try it and it doesn't work, so I switch it and try something else. And most of the time I end up in rows. It's just how it happens. But I don't want to start in rows, I don't think. So we'll have to see how that works. We'll have to see what happens, but I don't know. Anyways, we have our window wall over here. Here we have like our posters for like decorating the hallways and all that stuff. So we organized this by like season, I guess. So we have like October, November, December, February, and then May. And then the rest is kind of just mixed in with those. So obviously right now it's like August, 8th or something. It's not October yet, but a lot of the August and October is in here. So we kind of just mix them all together. So this is all of our poster stuff, and all these are kind of extras, but these are gonna be pushed in over there as well. And then this one is just for construction paper and colored paper that we use for projects. So I gotta fix all that. And this desk, it's not even a desk, but the kids use it as like painting tables, but this needs to be cleaned, obviously. We got another bulletin board over here, which I left blank because I didn't know what to put up there. So I have to think of what to put up there. I definitely want to display student work. The only problem with that here at my school is that not a lot of kids do the work. It's just a normal thing. They don't do the work. My school, we have 77% chronic absenteeism, which means, yes, I have 30 kids in my class. That doesn't mean they're in my classroom. It doesn't mean they show up. So yes, I'll have about 30 kids on each roster, but when it comes down to it, I'll probably have 12 kids in class. Maybe less, maybe a little more, but it's just how my school is. But we don't get a lot of kids that actually do all the work. A lot of the kids are okay with passing with a D versus an A. Like if you get a D, you pass, that's all that matters. And I give students a survey and I ask them that question. I say, are you just as happy passing with a D than you are an A? And a lot of kids say yes, and it's just sad. It makes me so sad. But this year I'm going all for accountability, and I'm giving them homework, and they're gonna be kind of shocked, and I don't know how they're gonna respond, but I'm giving them classwork, I'm giving them homework, we're doing tests, we're doing projects, we're doing speeches. So we're going at it this year. But yeah, so this is just an overview of my classroom. So we're gonna change the desks, we're gonna change the tables. Those are gonna stay there. I have to figure out what to put there. I put paper on these two. So this one is yellow and this one's blue. And these metal like bars, I put magnets on, and I put envelopes there. So that's for like compliment cards. So it's for my leadership class. I will give them like a slip of paper that'll have a student's name on it, and they'll just write them a compliment or write them a nice note, ask them how their day is going, whatever. So it's kind of like pen pals, but like in the class. So I think it's really cool, and it builds their relationships with each other and builds their friendships, which I think is so important. So I like use magnets and put all of the envelopes just kind of on that bar so they can just come and grab them. And then another window wall, and then this is the board. Like, I have an extra board. Not a lot of teachers have 2 whiteboards, but mine is awkwardly on this wall and this wall. These 2 are whiteboards, but this is not a whiteboard, so I can't like use dry erase on that. This is just a projector board. So this is the smart board. It's not something that I can use Expo marker on, just like the projector. But I want to be able to use this whiteboard more. I don't really use it that much. This was for like our calendar, so what we were doing in the month, but I don't use it that much, like definitely not as much as I'd like to. So I'm thinking of putting like the calendar somewhere else, maybe. So right here I'm going to be putting like our daily agenda, and over here maybe put a calendar. I don't know yet. And then just use this one for like demonstration, but it's like so awkwardly in this corner, so I don't know how to set all this up. I don't know, but I definitely want that board to be used for teaching, even if it is like off of the projector board, like it's not next to it. So we'll have to see how that works. But yeah, so over in the front, all of my things are gone up here. I had posters, so I have to put those back up. But we had this flag last year was literally in the board, like it was in the cork, like right there where I'm pointing. It was coming out of the board, like the middle of the board. So I took that out because I didn't like that. And I put it over here. I just taped it to the whiteboard here, but it kept falling, so I decided to just staple it in this corner so it looks like it's always waving. These are the hooks that I have for like hall passes. So these are just the command hooks. They're really easy to just, you know, take the sticker off, stick them on, and then just hang the hall passes here. And then they would just kind of dangle here. They were like lanyards. But again, I have to move this so that we can put them there. But yeah, that is my classroom. Here's my desk here. And this would be like the TA desk. So this isn't even my chair. This is my TA chair. I got my own chair, which I thought was going to be this huge, comfortable chair. And when I put it together, it was the same size as that one. So it's pretty small. But yeah, so this is my desk. And I don't know whose stuff this is, like this curriculum and stuff, this paper holder. And then there's like stuff inside here. There's even a pin in here. What is this? Oh, Merida, how cute. If you don't know, I love Disney, obviously. But yeah, so I don't know whose stuff this is. I have to figure that out and just give that back to them. These ones are pretty empty. Yeah, so those are all empty. But I don't even think I'm going to be working on my classroom today because right now it's lunch. So we only had like 30 minutes and that time's probably up. So I probably have to go back to our meeting. So we're having meetings all day today. Yesterday we had a meeting. Today we have a meeting. Tomorrow's Friday. We have like a breakfast meeting, like a potluck and a meeting. And then we have the rest of the time to work on our classrooms. So we don't have a ton of time today, but we do have a little bit of time tomorrow. So that's probably when I'm just gonna like bust it all out and get as much done as I can. But man, this closet is going to be tough because, like I said, it's not just my stuff, it's stuff from the math department for 2 of the teachers. And I'm really, really bummed though. Last year, I was doing like a cleanup video and I had all my students like they wanted to be in the video and help out, so I made them sign release forms and everything, and they were like having so much fun help cleaning. And we cleaned out that closet, like we gutted, well not, we didn't gut the closet, but we took out so much stuff. Like literally this whole table was full of books, like that tall, full of books to get rid of because they were so old. Like there were things in there from the Casey test, which if you don't know, it's the California High School Exit Exam test. So you can't graduate high school until you pass the Casey. Well, we don't do the Casey anymore, and we haven't for a few years, probably longer than that. Yeah, so we had all that stuff in there. We had stuff from yearbooks from like 2002, so we got rid of all that stuff. And I lost the footage. I have the memory card, but the memory card like scratched, I guess, and I can't get it, and I don't want to go spend $500 or more to try and get it off of it, because nothing is recognizing it. So I put it in my camera, I put it in my laptop, I put it in a card reader, I put it in my dad's computer. Nothing will read the card. It says that there's an error on the card and it's unreadable. So I lost it all. But anyways, there was so much we got out of there. But I want to show you what it looks like now, even with the stuff put in there, because it's like our storage closet. So let me show you what that looks like. But yeah, so there's just a lot of stuff in here. And as the math teachers get done with their stuff, they can come in and grab theirs. It is just so packed in here. And these are actually not mine. Surprisingly, those belong to a math teacher who does not decorate his room at all. But that's like the only thing of color he has. But anyways, yeah, it's like so packed, and I'm gonna have to tackle this tomorrow because there's just no way, like, at all. So yeah, all of this needs to be just emptied out and just purged. So we'll handle this when time comes. But that's the closet. Just another overview of my classroom. Pretty basic, plain. And yeah, just gotta like come back and liven it up. And got our welcome stuff, all this rainbow stuff I just love. I actually might take that down and put that outside on my other board. We have like boards outside, bulletin boards. That's stuff I brought today that I gotta set up. Chromebook cart. But yeah, this is my classroom and I just love it. But yeah, okay, so that is a tour of my classroom. Same classroom as last year. Just things are a little bit mixed up, but I'm gonna put those back and get things back under control. Oh, I found these. I'm surprised these are still here. They're like jelly things I got at Target. So like I would have group colors, and like so each table was a color. So purple group, you get a point, and then each one would get points, and then they would like win like a party or something. But yeah, so this is my classroom. Nothing too different from last year, but I just wanted to give you this empty classroom tour, show you what it looks like now, because I didn't get to do that last year at the end, and I lost all that footage of what I did get. So anyways, if you're a teacher, let me know. I want to follow you. Write down in the comments your channel. I want to collaborate with you. Let's make videos together. Let's do something together. I love working with other teachers. I teach high school, English 9, but I teach kids from 16 years old to 22 years old. So it varies. Continuation. I'm at a continuation school. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you're a teacher. If you're not a teacher, well, be one. Be one. Okay, so that is it for this tour. Check out the down bar. I'm linking things for you. All my teacher favorites, rainbow drawers, everything. Check them out. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Like this video, hit that thumbs up, and hit the bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I will see you in my next video where I am setting up my classroom. Bye. And I'll see you next time. Bye.